Hello and welcome to Blockchain Gaming World with me, John Jordan. So today we're going to have a quick look at the NFT project called Hungry Wolves, which I think shows actually quite a lot of the trends that are now happening with these Twitter avatar, social avatar NFT projects. So Hungry Wolves, as you can kind of see, is a typical sort of generative NFT project running on the Ethereum blockchain. Currently minting its first wave of Hungry Wolves. There's going to be 2 more drops that are happening. But let's go through a little bit of the project. So the project is you have these NFTs, which you can actually see are, which you can sort of see, I suppose, are sort of actually 3D. So these are actually 3D rigged characters. So clearly there's a sort of a roadmap there for what these sort of NFT avatar characters will end up doing in future. And I guess we're seeing that, we've seen that sort of on an ad hoc basis. We've seen some of the sort of people animating their bored apes into 3D or doodles or whatever the projects are that are originally designed as flat art. And then sort of unofficially people are, artists are making these things 3D. I guess we've seen it with kind of Me Bits, I guess was the first one from the CryptoPunks people, Lava Labs, where they did a proper 3D rigged character. Nothing's really taken off with Me Bits at the moment. There's a whole bunch more 3D ones coming. I guess the big one at the moment is Hapes. So we'll see how that one goes. But anyway, we have this, we're moving from 2D into 3D. That sort of makes sense. People like 3D, and Metaverse is big, so people want to have animated 3D characters. Obviously, much harder to do animated 3D characters than it is to do kind of cool artwork. But there we go. So we have the Hungry Wolves. We can have a look on OpenSea, see what their attributes are. One of the nice things, when sort of in the project, you don't have to do it, but once you've got a wolf, it has a whole bunch of attributes, and you can some of those you can basically then choose to join a wolf pack, and those attributes will be sort of handled by traits in the avatar. In the wolf you have, it will have a whole bunch of traits, and I think there's 10 wolf packs, so you'll be able to choose one or more, or you'll be able to choose one wolf pack to join, but you'll have more than one trait in which to choose what wolf pack you want to join. And then sort of coming to the more game element, we have this idea that once you're holding that in your wallet, in your MetaMask or whatever wallet you're using, Ethereum-based wallet, I think they're saying every month, although this is potentially could change, every month you're going to have these sheep dropped into your wallet, and sheep are also NFTs. And this is sort of a bit like the Bored Apes when they did their serum drop. So they drop serum into wallets, and then you could combine the serum and your Bored Ape, and then you got a mutant ape, which is like a sort of a remixed version of your ape, depending on what serum you got. So the idea is that you can have these sheep dropped into your wallet, and then you can obviously eat your sheep, and that will level up your wolf, and it has a dominance factor. Or you can obviously sell off your sheep as NFTs, and people who want to really build up their wolf will be buying those on the marketplace. But there's also another sort of element here. This is sort of a bit further down the line, but the wolves come in alpha and beta versions. So the current drop is all alphas. The second drops are become progressively less alpha and more beta in terms of proportion. But the alpha wolf gets better drops, gets bigger sheep, because it's an alpha wolf, not a beta wolf. But then there is also like a PVP mechanic that if you build up your beta wolf, you can potentially, what's the term? You potentially sort of challenge an alpha wolf, and if that challenge is accepted, and your beta wolf beats the alpha wolf, then basically the roles are reversed. So the alpha wolf, so the alpha nature and the beta nature are not baked into the NFT. They can be changed. So a beta wolf can beat an alpha wolf, and then the beta wolf becomes an alpha wolf, and the alpha wolf becomes a beta wolf. So you have this sort of battling element where you want to obviously the developer wants to have the sheep as an important currency that people are buying, because you get really annoyed if your alpha wolf becomes a beta wolf, then you're going to be buying up sheep to boost it up again, boost its dominance, so you can go and attack another alpha wolf. I guess the interesting thing there is will people who own alpha wolves want to take that risk? So there's a risk reward element that has to be sort of dealt with. I don't know how that's going to kind of play out, but interesting. And this is in the first stages of this project, and then there's a whole bunch of other stuff going on here in terms of status and rewards. Have a quick look. Have a quick look at the roadmap. So we can see here, this is the minting process at the moment. So you mint for 0.06 ETH plus gas is the current minting. I think there's a few, maybe not even 100 left. There are some left. So anyway, so here we have December is Open the Wolf Den. So once the first minting is done, I guess that will be happening. Then we have the first scrumptious sheep or little lambs airdrop. So the alpha wolves get scrumptious sheep. The beta wolves get little lambs. That's targeted for January. Obviously, all this stuff is open to change. Add features to eat the scrumptious sheep and earn dominance. So that's going to come a bit later on. Allow dominance to be redeemed to upgrade the visual traits of your hungry wolf. So I should say that. So your hungry wolf sort of looks better. So there's a sort of a sort of key element that your wolf's going to look cool. The more dominance it has. Unlock the ability for beta wolves to challenge alpha wolves for their metadata rank. So that's a bit further off now. That's obviously that could be 6 months off. Create a competition between wolf packs. So the point of being a wolf pack in this social group is you want to kind of show dominance, and I guess that's where you want to be fighting the beta wolves. That's going to increase your dominance even more. Going to feed into this sort of social element. And then, will the scrumptious sheep eventually get fed up and learn to fight back? Will the hungry wolves develop a taste for other animals? So this is obviously a long way, not a long way off, 6 months, but this is version 2. So we've got a fairly decent roadmap. I like this roadmap because it's not ridiculous. We're going to do an MMORPG, and we're going to do it on mobile and console and bodybuilder. This you can understand. This is work, but you can kind of see it's going to come. It's a fairly conservative roadmap, I guess. So the team sort of, I would say they're not pseudo anonymous. So Adam is Adam Hollander, who actually I just spoken to on a video for another YouTube channel. So you can go and check him out. It's fairly easy to find on Twitter. He's big into NFTs. He's got his Bored Ape, and he's he's an entrepreneur, sold a company to Microsoft. So he's really sort of into this, and he's sort of driving the project forward. A couple of other people helping out on the art side. So this is what the wolves look like. We can have a look at that. FAQ, you can go through and read all that sort of stuff up. So let's have a quick look and see what they look like in OpenSea. Okay, so here we are in OpenSea. So 2,200-ish at the moment. 687 owners running on Ethereum. So interestingly, the floor price is just below the mint. Well, this one just below the mint price. The mint price is 0.6. So at the moment, the mint price and the sort of secondary price is sort of roughly the same for these ones at least. Obviously, the point of minting is you get random, so you might get a really cool one randomly. But if you're a bit like me, then I'm a bit more interested in secondary sales because I might like this one with a top hat and headphones or something. But you can kind of get to see sort of some different sort of traits and different looks. I'm not really worked out exactly. I'm not looked into it in too much detail what the sort of the rarity sort of model here is. You can see there's quite a lot. You can see priced at 0.1 ETH, so that's 0.4 ETH up on the mint price, which is not nothing. But I think you did have the choice here. I'm quite interested in these ones with bananas. I think that's a sort of a nod to the Bored Apes, is it? I don't know. So we can see here. We just look at this hungry wolf here. Picked out random. So we see the properties here. We can see some of the different traits. So we have sort of forest, and he's excited, and he's got a yellow eyes and ruby nails and a bow tie. Don't even notice these things before you look at the traits. He's on a pile of bananas. He's got devil horns. He's got muddy. Don't know where he's muddy. Is his tail muddy? Oh yeah, muddy tail. And he has no eyewear. And you can, to a degree, some of these traits, the randomness of these traits or the rarity of the value of these traits is sort of made by the community. So you can sort of get an idea how this thing works. I should say I've bought one of these, so I've only bought one. So to that degree, I'm sort of interested in how it pans out. And I should say, if you're getting one now, you're guaranteed an alpha. You're an alpha one. Rather than if you go through minting later on, you are more likely to get a beta one. So that may play into people's views on this sort of stuff. Should point out this is the Hungry Wolves project has not been verified by OpenSea yet because it's only done 9 ETH of trading. So there's I can't remember what the actual value is, but there's a certain value of trading before you go and get verified. Or before they look to verify you. So a certain amount of risk about this. I mean, as I say, I've spoken to the Adam, the man, the CEO behind it also, as much as anyone can tell these sort of things. He basically says, I've doxed myself because I believe in this project and it's my reputation on the line. So it doesn't mean this thing's going to work. But I think, it's not an anonymous sort of team who's going to do a rug pull. So there's that sort of background at least. So there we go. Hungry Wolves. I think it's interesting, not so much for the art, I have to say. I think it's interesting for the project and what they're trying to do, and obviously you can kind of think a little bit down the line if this thing sort of takes off, how these things can play out. And it's on Ethereum open blockchain, so we can kind of think how these things might be sort of injected into various metaverses that are out there. This is sort of very much the starting point for these sort of projects. And I think more generally, well, why I want to do this video is this is where NFT projects are going now. They are going 3D. They are having, if not sort of inherent games, they are having sort of games. They're thinking about sort of games. Bored Apes and Animoca Brands have announced they're doing a game together. So you're sort of starting to see utility coming into these projects, and the community being used in different ways, which I think is sort of what we'd expect in the long term. You can't just own a 2D Twitter avatar and expect it to be worth whatever the crazy money some of these things are. So anyway, thanks for watching. Check out Hungry Wolves if you're interested in that, but subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with what's going on. Thanks for watching, and see you again soon.